family. Welcome. Welcome to Sweet Annie's Life. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back and thank you for stopping back. So today we are going to be looking at another short recipe, and this is our Bajan Mac and Cheese. And we don't call it mac and cheese in Barbados, we call it macaroni pie. So today we are making some Barbados macaroni pie. My daughter was asking me to make this now for weeks, and I didn't get around to doing it because I said when I do it, I wanted to bring you in the kitchen with me. So welcome to In the Kitchen with Annie. And this channel deals with faith, hair, skin, in the kitchen with Annie, and lots more. So we are going to be looking at macaroni pie today. I'm in a different location because I just wanted everything just set out here in front of me. So let's look at our ingredients, and we will start with, we will start with the macaroni. Of course, I already boiled the macaroni, but I am using elbows today, and I already boiled the elbows and everything. So they're just waiting. So what I'm going to make for you now is the cheese sauce that goes with this, with the elbows. So let's look at what we would need for the cheese sauce. I don't use regular milk, so I use coconut milk. So I'm going to be using some coconut milk today. My cheese, of course, this is some grated cheese. I buy this cheese as well in the packages and grater it, but I couldn't get any of this, so this is some grated cheese today. And this is going to be some Sweet Annie's pepper sauce that I will be using. And to give it a little flavor, I normally use some chicken stock powder. And this is my paprika. This is my butter. And some tomato ketchup. I normally put in that as well. And some onion. And you know, for me, I always do the old-fashioned way. You can put what you want in your macaroni pie. You can put what you want in your mac and cheese, but I'm doing it the traditional way. My next ingredient is my breadcrumbs, and this would go on the top, and my cherries and my pineapple. And the reason I put these things to decorate my macaroni pie is because when my children were young, they never liked to eat. So I used to have to find some fun ways to make things for them to eat. So with the macaroni pie looking pretty, they used to say, "Can I have your cherry? Can I have your..." So that is the reason why I just continued decorating it with my cherries and all that. So let's get started. As I told you, the macaroni is already cooked. So I am just going to put on my gloves because we are going to be taking up this cheese with our hands. And although my hands are washed, I still want to, but if this can of milk is not enough for you, you can use more. If you don't like coconut milk, you can use almond milk. You can use half and half milk. You can use any kind of milk that you wanted to use. All right, so this is my pot. The first thing I'm going to be putting in is my coconut milk. If I need more milk, I would do that. The second thing I will be putting in is my sweet anise pepper sauce. I'm going to link how I made this pepper sauce in the description box for you. And I put in like a teaspoon full of pepper sauce because it gives it such a nice flavor. I'm going to put a little bit more because this gives it an awesome flavor. Then I will be putting in my onion, and onion goes right in there, and I will be putting in some butter. Oh, one thing I forgot my mayonnaise, so let me just go run get it. All right, so we are going to be putting in our butter now. This, I really don't measure when I'm doing things, so it's normally pretty difficult. So you put in how much ever butter you wanted to put in your mac and cheese. And then I am going to be putting in my mayonnaise. So I would use 2 tablespoons or so of mayonnaise. And that is 2 tablespoons of the mayonnaise. And then I'm going to be putting in my chicken stock. And now I'm putting in a couple of squirts of the tomato ketchup. The tomato ketchup also is another thing that gives it a good flavor. And I am going to be putting in my cheese. And this was 2 cups of cheese. So we are going to let this chicken stock. Sometimes what I do is just put some parsley in it. But because y'all know how I love parsley. But because I'm just doing it the old-fashioned way, I won't bother to put in any parsley today. See how my look at it. See how it's nice and gooey because I'm going to put in a little bit more of the cheese. All right, looks as though this is all melted down. So we are going to look at it. Doesn't that look beautiful? And that's what you're looking for, is nice and gooey. Excuse the clutter in the stove because I have lots of things doing today. So this is our macaroni elbows that we are putting in here now. As I say, in Barbados, we don't use the elbows. We use like a long macaroni that we get in Barbados. You know what? I'm so used to putting in parsley. This looks as though it needs some parsley. You can pause it. All right, so we are putting in our parsley, and that is some parsley that I grew for summer and I grow it in a pot actually. So as I said, you can put in anything that you want. So this, I haven't tasted it, but I just know it's going to taste great. So this is all set, and we are going to switch off the stove, and we are going to get our pan. We are going to be pouring our mac and cheese or macaroni pie in our pan. And I am not cooking a lot because it is just 2 of us. Doesn't that look beautiful? All right, so it's all in our pan, and I am going to turn my stove to 375, and that is gonna bake, and when it comes back I will show y'all the beauty. But let's look at the toppings now. So I am going to be putting my cheese, layer of cheese, nice and thing, and this is quite cheesy. I don't want. Okay, so that is our cheese. Then the next thing I'm going to be putting is some breadcrumbs, just a little breadcrumbs to the top. I put the breadcrumbs sometimes I don't, but I know the older generation used to like to put breadcrumbs. They also put egg in their pie to hold it together, but I don't put any egg because I think the mayonnaise does that well enough by itself. And this is a little trick that my mom taught me. Sprinkle it then to garnish it, to make it pretty, with some paprika. I see some people try to make it pretty to the top by using tomato ketchup, but my mom taught me to just sprinkle it with some paprika, because all paprika is dried sweet pepper, and then crushed. Then we are going to be looking at the garnishing. So I would put my cherries to garnish it, and a lot of the times I will use pineapple rings as well, but I only have the chunks today, so I just decided to use the chunks. These cherries are sticking to these gloves, so I only have the chunks. I just said, well, I'll just use the chunks today. And because in our family, we like sweet and savory. There are a lot of people, because there are 5 tastings of your tongue. So our tongue likes the sweet and savory. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it with some pineapple. Just like me, I like pineapple on my pizza. And there are a lot of people that don't like pineapple, so you don't have to use it. And that is the pineapple is a lot, but, and then I would take the juice and just pour it right over to give additional flavor. So just remember, you're not boiling your elbows too soft, because if you boil them too soft, they still have to cook more, so they'll get softer yet. So we will be right back. We'll shove this in the oven, let it bake, and then we will be right back. Okay, sweet family, as you can see, the pie is all done. I have my rice there as well. I did my macaroni pie, my coleslaw, while the macaroni pie was being cooked. You see how beautiful and golden brown the top is, and it just... All right, so everything is finished now. The only thing I have to do is my plantain. So I am going to be heading out now. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe. I did it for my daughter, and I wanted to share it with y'all as well. So I hope that you will try it for your family and see how you like it. And once again, if you enjoy this recipe and this channel, it will be a pleasure if you can just give me a like, a share, and subscribe, because you will be getting a little bit more of In the Kitchen with Annie and lots more. And once again, spread the love.